Good evening and welcome to Icu TV Main News. We take a look at the stories making headlines. Minister of Health reviews grievance redress mechanism to strengthen health governance. Zambia opens doors to Turkish investors as government outlines key performance to boost businesses. Fisheries Minister support SEC after officers arrested for alleged corruption. In international news, rebels reportedly enter key DR Congo city despite Trump peace deal. In our sports news, CHIPOLOPOLO boys jet off to Spain for AFCON preparation. With the news in details, my name is Ruth Nyurongo. Government efforts to improve Lusaka infrastructure are beginning to show visible results with major updates across the capital city. The program, driven by President Hakainde Hichilema's directive, is focused on enhancing drainage system and rehabilitating township roads. The improved drainage network has led to a noticeable reduction in flooding in areas that were previously prone to seasonal waterlogging. Residents in several townships have reported better water flow and fewer disruptions following recent rains.
This is work after work in motion. The 1.8 billion kwacha Lusaka Township Roads project is restoring 40.17 kilometers of urban roads across the capital. Drainage is the backbone of this entire upgrade. Lusaka has lived through years of flash floods that render roads useless, push water into homes, and stall traffic across the city. This particular project tackles that problem head on. Key drainage interventions include deepened side drains to move water faster, new reinforced concrete channels, and of course additional cross drainage structures to keep water flowing beneath the road, not across. Improved inlets and outlets in flood-prone townships, stormwater pathways designed to empty directly into safe discharge points. When the rains arrive, these drains will keep the new roads open. That is the outcome.
Government has raised concern over continued attempts by the opposition and the Oasis Forum to stop the Constitution of Zambia Amendment Bill No. 7 from progressing in Parliament. Chief Government spokesperson Cornelius Mwita says efforts to cite the Speaker of the National Assembly, members of Parliament, and President Hakainde Hichilema for contempt amount of misuse and misuse of the courts. Mr. Mwita welcomes the court's decision to dismiss the contempt proceeding, saying there is now no legal barrier to the bill's constitution. He noted that the petitioners' attempt to rely on the Munia Zulu and Celestine Mukandawile ruling was misguided because of the judgment came after the bill had already been tabled. He urged the opposition and civil society group to make their submissions through the Parliamentary Select Committee and instead of filing reported court motion. Mr. Mitra stressed that the National Assembly remains the only lawful body managed to determine the fact of the bill under the Article 76 of the Constitution. The government has reaffirmed its commitment to catering a strong, more competitive business environment, exceeding an invitation to Turkish investors to tap into Zambia's growing economic opportunities. Speaking at the high-level Zambia-Turkey business breakfast in Lusaka, Commerce Minister Chipo Mulenga outlined key reforms and priority sectors aimed at driving sustainable investment and growth. Kefas Sizubak has more in the following report.
Government says it remains committed to strengthening Zambia's business environment and attracting more foreign investment, with a specific call made to Turkish businesses to explore opportunities in the country. Speaking at the Zambia-Turkey Business Breakfast in Lusaka, Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry, Chipoka highlighted key sectors with high investment potential, including energy, manufacturing, mining, construction and agriculture. He said government is undertaking several policy and structural reforms designed to support investment, among them business licensing reforms aimed at reducing the cost of doing business, cutting compliance burdens and boosting regional trade.
Come, set up your industries here in partnerships and joint ventures with Zambian business owners so that we can access your market with finished products. I want to say this, Your Excellency.
Mr. Mulenga cited the fertilizer subsector as an example of progress, noting that Zambia has moved from a heavy import dependency to becoming a net exporter, proof, he said, of what is possible in other priority sectors. To further stimulate investment, the minister revealed that government has introduced measures such as reduced approval times for solar project applications, fiscal incentives, and the establishment of a public-private dialogue forum.
We have been a continent that has been extractive and let our raw materials be in a raw form. This has reached us to a certain place here where we are, and we can't go beyond to create wealth for us.
He added that Zambia is targeting the generation of 10,000 megawatts of power by 2031 and is streamlining approval processes to support timely investments. Mr. Mulenga reaffirmed government's commitment to continuously improving the business environment to ensure sustainable economic growth. The Zambia-Turkey Business Breakfast seeks to strengthen relations between the two nations, with 25 agreements already signed to promote trade and investment ties. Reporting for ICU TV News, I am Kefa Sianziba.
The Ministry of Health has launched a review on its grievance redress mechanism to improve conflict resolution channels within the health sector. The initiative, led by Provincial Health Director Elijah Mutokoloki and stakeholders in Kabwe, Central Province, aims to ensure the mechanism aligns with all legal provincial and addresses gaps in its previous rollout during the COVID-19 pandemic. Officials say the updated framework will contribute to more resilient, responsive and accountable health system, supporting Zambia's health emergency and preparedness and response under the World Bank-supported multi-phase regional project. The Ministry of Health Assistant Director of Health Promotion and Community, Kalangwe describes the review as a progressive steps for the sector, while the Chief Health Promotion Officer, Constance Musenge, added that the standardized document will enable faster and resolution of conflict among the affected parties. The minister emphasized that the progress marks a reviewed chapter in strengthening Zambia's health governance landscape. Fisheries and Livestock Minister Peter Kapala has expressed support for the Anti-Corruption Commission following the arrest of the minister officers for alleged corrupt practices. The arrest linked to the misappropriation of part of a $10 million government loan from the African Development Bank involving Henry Sichoni, Peter Muchesa and Abraham Mulenga. The alleged scam concerned more than $5.2 billion. Minister Kapala said the minister is fully cooperating with investors and is committed to transparency, accountability and integrity in public resource management. He added that internal control measures have been strengthened to close loopholes and enhance financial and operation oversight. The minister assures the public and stakeholders that corruption will not be tolerated and all necessary steps are being taken to safeguard public funds. We take our first break. Stay tuned for more stories.
Welcome to the Zambia Research and Development Center, an institution dedicated to national development through capacity building and community development. Established in 2007 by a group of professionals and lecturers, ZRDC has since become a hub of research and innovation in the country. Registered with the Ministry of Home Affairs under the Registrar of Societies, ZRDC pursues cutting-edge research to address pressing social and economic challenges. Get involved. ZRDC engages in activities that stimulate international collaboration, promote knowledge sharing, and make research expertise available to decision makers. Our mission at ZRDC is to foster innovation and capacity building for national development. We believe in addressing poverty and underdevelopment through institutional and capacity building, human empowerment, and gender participation. In our quest to foster innovation and capacity building for national development, ZRDC launched the ZRDC University Sponsorship for Capacity Building and Development Program to facilitate knowledge advancement among ZRDC researchers and those intending to join the research community. Qualified Zambian citizens can pursue education at credible universities in Zambia with guaranteed prospects of joining the ZRDC research community. ZRDC engages in industrial and technological research, covering research development and innovative investigations to drive dynamic industrial development at national and regional levels. Join us at the Zambia Research and Development Center as we continue to innovate, empower, and shape a brighter future for Zambia. ZRDC, fostering innovation and capacity building for national development.
Welcome back, and we continue with the news. 5 people in Chenje village of Dundumwezi constituency in Kalomo district have died after consuming an illicit local brew known as chijabo, which is reportedly made using dangerous substances including methylated spirit and shoe polish. 4 of the victims are from the same family, with the family representative confirming their death along with the identity of the relative involved. Several other people who drank the concoction are admitted and request Several other people who drank the concoction are admitted to Request Matanga Level 1 Hospital while they are receiving treatment. Health officials and police in Kalomo are yet to issue an official statement. This latest incident came just after 2 weeks. Six men in Zimba died after consuming a similar illicit drink known as locally as Kachilamu. 13 houses have been destroyed in Chifumbila district of Luapula province after heavy rain swept through the area early this week. The incident happened in Kapamba ward under Chief Mwasakambo between Monday and Tuesday, leaving several families without shelter. District Commissioner Steny Mukoza confirmed the development and said the affected families are now depending on neighbors and relatives after losing household goods and food items. Meanwhile, Direct Disaster Management and Immigration Officer Lawrence Jaliso said an assessment report has been compiled and guides to the next step in the response. You're still watching Icu Tv Main News. We'll take a short break, and coming up is international and sports news. Welcome back, and in our international news, rebel forces have entered the last government-held city in mineral-rich Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo in an offensive that has forced thousands of flee across the border onto the Burundi resident says. Heavy artillery and gunfire could have heard in Uvira, with terrified residents describing the situation as chaotic. The escalation in fighting came despite the peace deal brokered by US President Donald Trump last week between Congo President Felix and Rwanda Paul Kagame, an end of the long-running conflict. The M23 rebel group said it had liberated the city, while an unbacked radio Opik quoted residents as saying that rebel fighters were on the major street. Still in international news, a senior government official in Benin has told the BBC that the leader of Sunday-failed coup is taking refuge in neighboring Togo. Speaking on condition, the official said that the government would request Litco Pasco, Togo's government has not yet confirmed. The failed coup came after a series of military takeovers in West Africa, raising concern that democracy is increasingly under threat in the region. It was threatened after regional power Nigeria sent fighters yet to dislodge Mitanas from the military base and the offices of state TV following a request from President Patrice Talon's government. We'll take a short break. Stay tuned for sports news.
The Information and Communications University is driving the thrill for the nation in research and development. Enroll now for full-time and distance programs in the School of Engineering, Humanities, Business and Education. To apply, visit our website at www.icuzambia.net or call us on +260 211 221 662 or 0966 342 359. Sponsorship is available. Enroll now.
Welcome back, and in our sports news, the Chipolopolo boys has departed for Spain to begin their final preparation for the Morocco 2025 African Tournament. The 22-member team led by coach Moses Sichoni left Lusaka on Airlink Airlines on Monday afternoon, both from Spain, where they will undergo a week-long training camp from December 11 to 17th. The team, which includes local players and foreign-based stars Fashion Sakala and Stofela Nsunzu, will be joined by their overseas teammates in Spain as they fine-tune their skills ahead of the tournament. Zambia is in Group A with Morocco, Mali, and Comoros, and the boys are looking to make a mark in the competition. The squad has been training hard and fans are eager to see them in action. That sports item brings us to the end of the main news, but before we go, let's take a recap on the headlines. Ministry of Health reviews grievance redress mechanisms to strengthen health governance. Zambia opens doors to Turkish investors as government outlines key performance to boost business. Fisheries Minister supports ACC officer after officer arrested for alleged corruption. In international news, rebels reportedly enter key DR Congo city despite Trump peace deal. In our sports news, Chipolopolo boys set off to Spain for AFCON preparation. Thank you so much for watching. For more news updates, stay glued to our Facebook page, which is ICU TV, and on our website, icutvzm.com. Good night.